little story that I'd like to tell y'all. It's been repeated several times. I know previous staff will recognize it. Some of the adults will recognize it. So all of the birds of the world decided to get together and have a competition, right? They wanted to see which bird could fly the highest, and then whichever bird could fly the highest would become their new leader, right? The king of the birds, they would make the decisions, all decisions final. And so what happens, they all line up. Some of them don't get very far. Ostrich, penguin, they can't even fly. They maybe hopped a little bit. But as the day went on, as they went down the line, flying, seeing who could go the highest, you watch the hawk go straight up, fly, 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 until, eventually they got tired and they'd have to kind of glide back down. They'd have to come back down and rest. So eventually, it got to the eagle's turn. The eagle flies straight up into the air, goes, extremely high. Everybody's watching, and they're extremely proud of the eagle, and they think in their head, they go, well, of all of us, the eagle should definitely make it. Should definitely be our leader. It's a figurehead. They're a display of power, and obviously they've gone so far. So as they watch this eagle soaring high up into the sky, the eagle starts to get tired eventually, right? He runs out of oxygen, they get a little high up there. And as the eagle is starting to falter, right when the eagle, just right before they're exhausted and they have to come back down for their own safety, the other birds watching, they spot a little speck fly off from the eagle. And they realize that it's the swallow. The swallow has been riding on the eagle's back. And the swallow has made it the farthest. The smallest of the birds has made it the farthest distance. So when they all came back down, all of the birds unanimously decided that the eagle should be their leader. Not the swallow, even though the swallow did go the farthest. The eagle worked its hardest, got all the way up there, and carried the little guy. Carried the small swallow, the small bird, all the way up into the sky so that they could excel, so that they could lead, and so that they could have the opportunity to do their best. Right? So the eagle was unanimously decided to be the leader because it displayed one attribute. What attribute is that?
Always look out for the little guys.
Looking out for the little guys. I'm looking for one that begins with an S and it's in leadership. Servant leadership. Servant leadership is extremely important. Servant leadership is the entire reason we're out here. We are preparing y'all as young adults to go back to your troops, back to your patrols, and serve. Not just to lead, because leading is easy. Pointing your finger and telling people to do things is easy. But going and helping them along, using the edge to teach them, using the edge to lead them, using ear in order to resolve any difficulties, any conflicts, using smart to ensure that you achieve those goals towards reaching your vision. As a servant leader, you're going to have to put some work in. You can't just point and say, get this from A to B. You have to be there to ensure that you carry a little bit of the weight. You carry a little bit of the load, and you ensure that everybody makes it on time, everybody makes it safely. So in my closing words, before I finish, every single one of you have been prepared to be eagles, to fly up and do your best, to work as hard as you can, to work as hard as I know you will, in order to help out those who aren't as strong as us. Everybody in this NYLT course has improved tremendously from not only the teachings of the staff, but from this patrol experience that they have had to deal with, that they have fostered these friendships, and I know that when you go back to your troops and patrols, we can expect greatness from y'all. Thank you.